to leave your house. That's the thing of it is. Now I'm not saying my way the right way. I just say my way don't work for me. Because my kids know it's like a 2-week notice after you get out. You graduate, you gotta get out of the house. But I prep them for that though. I don't just put them out. Let me get that disclaimer. And I'm not against if they had to go to school locally. They can stay at the house. I'm not saying that, but I pretty much kind of raise them to want to get the hell off around me.
Right.
And be it you teach them self-sufficiency, how to think, how to grow, how to make mistakes or whatever, learn.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times you got a lot of kids that don't know. And I just want to have a discussion with everybody tonight because really a lot of times parents don't want to get in these kind of conversations. Why, loud? Because they gotta admit something they did wrong.
That's the one. That's the key right there.
They don't want to do it. But he don't want to. He went to damn college and he didn't want to go to class. Now keep in mind, you woke him up every day from kindergarten through 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you think that once he got to college, 3 hours, 5 hours away,
right,
he would get up on his own? And you got some damn parents 5 hours away calling waking their damn kids up at college.
Yeah. I remember when I was in college, it was a little struggle to get up for them classes. So I understand that.
But the thing of it is, you got to just be honest with yourself. Are you giving them room to figure it out? And that's the thing about it. Are you giving them room to grow? Are you putting them in a situation where they're going to actually learn and grow? And the reason why I even want to, bring the crowd in for Mr. Short Dollar, because we've talked about this a lot. So many people talk about the whole advent of generational wealth, and I'm trying to build for my children's children. Whereas, let's be real, when you're building for your children's children, you done left something behind. How we done seen it? The parents die, they leave it to the kids, and the shit gone in 2 years,
mm-hmm.
if that long.
They'll put no structure behind it.
No structure behind, no planning, no education behind it. So the kids, you done left your kids something that they didn't even know how to have to keep. So,
well, before we get too deep into it, I read a article a few months ago, maybe a month ago, that said that maybe we shouldn't be preparing our children to leave the house at a certain age, like 18. You know how we do,
mm-hmm.
Black folks, 18, you got to go. So they were saying that maybe we shouldn't. We should let them stay a little bit longer into early, that maybe to early 20s, mid 20s, in order for them to get that structure and understanding about things and how things go and all that. So what do you think about that part?
F that. Shit. Damn. Shit. What the hell you doing at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19?
But that goes to that point that, they wasn't paying attention at that age. When they get a little older, they'll start paying attention.
Shit, they ain't gonna feel no attention. They get more and more comfortable.
That's what it is.
And they bring some shit called babies. Babies. And then you turn around your kid and get 21, 19, 21 and bought a damn car.
Uh-huh.
They done did some stuff that's gonna keep them. That's one of the things, like, when you're in the military, I always said to myself, Poochie, don't get no baby, don't get no car, no something to keep me in the military.
Okay.
So those kind of things will keep your child at home. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Like, no, hell no. No.
So you don't agree with that?
Hell no. I feel like personally, and again, this is my way of thinking.
Right.
I feel like personally, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do from infancy to 12th grade,
right,
they're gonna want to get the hell on.
Okay.
Both of my sons left right after graduation.
Okay.
I'm not saying what, and the one graduate next year, I don't think he's gonna get their phone too.
So your children be waiting to leave.
They're waiting to leave, not in a bad way. They just ready to go out there, spread the wings, and do everything and stuff like that. Okay. And I think I kind of promote an environment where you need to want to get the hell on.
Do you think as parents we missed the opportunity to train, like a lot of times, because we're so busy as parents trying to make sure we take care of the household and make sure we take care of the children, that sometimes we miss those opportunities in order to explain how things work, like generational wealth, like, investing, like going to the bank, writing checks. Some kids don't even know how to write checks, just stuff like that just makes them a productive adult in general.
Well, first of all, you can't teach a kid shit you don't know. Okay, let's
just
start
say
there.
We know it.
Okay. Then second of all, with that, to answer, that's a good question, but I think it's several reasons. Okay, you may have some parents that, they don't want their baby to grow. That's their baby.
Okay.
And I don't give a damn if their baby got a head full of gray hair That's still their baby, and their
Okay.
baby can't do nothing.
Okay.
You know, that can be a girl. I mean, a male or female, right?
Okay. Right.
Some just overprotective how they look at it. You have some that like you sometimes you see the thing that talk about some of the females look at their sons like they boyfriends, and some of the fathers looking at like, nah, that's my baby girl. They always no matter who they date,
Mm-hmm.
they young lady date, they just still their daughter, and they gonna have some say and shit.
Okay.
And you have some parents that are so occupied in what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also raising their children, but they're not thinking about prepping this kid.
Okay.
They're facilitating a great life, love their children, but they're not thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question in regards to do we drop the ball on it, I think everybody misses stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as parents, we want the best for our children.
Right.
You know, we want the best for them, and we try to make sure they do good in school.
Mm-hmm.
They're respectful. They can, you know, they doing all the right things. They active. They have a good social, all that good well-being. But we got something called life, and in the midst of life and trying to facilitate all that, some things get missed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my oldest son from T27, PJ 19. I'm on 20, TB 27, T26, B27 that month. But I'm just saying, I kind of look back at your oldest, kind of like your mess up
Okay.
kid.
Right. Right.
You know, so parents,
That's a trial.
yeah, your trial. You know, I was, God, no, mother, God,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm down Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay.
Well, I got a little more game with PJ.
Okay.
Chris and Will, I'm a lot more smoother talking and everything.
Uh-huh.
So I can see, and you know, psychologically, you know, especially with maturity.
Right.
20 son with T, 40 son with PJ. I mean,
Right.
with Will.
Right.
So you talking about, you know, between the 27, 11-year-old, I've had so much parental experience. I know when to major and the minor not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So I don't think consciously any parent makes a mistake with their child.
Okay.
There are other factors that come in between them.
Come in play.
Between what the parent want, what the parent can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Ability wise, you know, just in terms of, you know, the what you know,
Okay.
you know, with doing it, because you know, it's easy to me. And again, I try not to get all my military shit on there, but I honestly say sometimes parents, you know, they don't know certain things, and they're not always privy to be able to know certain things.
Right.
But I do think all that stuff is erased when you're in a position you could have asked people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time people don't want to ask nobody, prideful, this, that, and that. You know, if you don't know, you ain't got nobody to help you. I get it.
Right.
But if you had opportunity to ask people and seek some kind of help, ain't got to be nobody sit here and talk to you, whatever. Just somebody get, you know, you can bounce some ideas.
Right.
I might not agree with you, but me and you had a conversation.
Right.
But I got a different perspective on how to look at certain things. Like, damn, you know what? I might ain't think about that. And he might have did, man, my son might have was thinking that. I'm thinking my son thinking one way. You kick son that, yeah. And I think a lot of times people keep certain things. And the other thing is, even the ones that talk to folks, they may just particularly prefer to just talk to people that's gonna think the way they think.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that, you know, I think a lot of time we miss out on things like that, but it's a rainbow of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just one reason why I think parents miss out with it.
Okay.
You know,
I think a lot of parents, when they're trying to raise their kids to get out the nest, they gotta also a lot of us don't remember that our kids are individuals. You know, my problem with my children is, you know, all my kids went to military school.
Mm-hmm.
I had them in military high school, you know, out at Fort Stewart.
Okay.
They was in school doing their thing, you know, everything. And I just knew they've been in this military school, they going to the military. Not man, one of them went to the military, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah. As they grew older and they graduated from the program, they that made them decide that wasn't for them.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're individuals, but they did get grown, get out the nest and do their own thing. But the point of being was, you know, I thought that was best.
Yeah.
They saw it another way as they got older. So a lot of times we got to remember that as children get older, they become their own individual person. And they may not see things the way that we see it, as, you know, when it's time to get out the nest. They might not think the way that we think. We're trying to get them to see things and save and and that's just not who they are.
Yeah.
They're different people, just like as we were when we were growing up.
Yeah,
we were just different people.
absolutely.
So
Your plan and reality are two whole different things.
right.
And the thing about a lot of times is that, you know what had me cringe when I had parents say, "My child wouldn't do that."
Oh.
Shit. Shit. Now I got a good idea of some shit my kids probably wouldn't do.
Right.
But let me tell you something like this. I ain't putting shit past now one of them folk.
Right.
Now one of them.
So they gonna get two.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go out there and murder. I don't think that's in them do that.
Right.
Nothing malicious.
Right.
But anything slick or whatever this, that, and that, shit, no. Hell no. Hell no.
So it may happen.
Not me, player. No, because they people. They young men. You know? You know where in the hell I wouldn't do that. My child wouldn't do that.
Take a pause and tell Sunshine she hello. She said, "Good evening, beautiful people."
Oh, what's happening, Sunshine?
Right.
Hey, listen, again, this is Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I'm also streaming live from my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Tonight we're talking about, are you raising your children to lead the nest? Having an open conversation in regards to, you know, our parents preparing their kids to, you know, leave the home. You know, because we talk so much about, you know, having them get out and lead the nest, building generational wealth, having certain things for our kids. But again, are we creating or helping the individual and molding them to be able to do things like that, to be independent,
right,
to go out there and be self-sufficient,
right,
to be able to take in this inheritance and everything? Let's be real. You know, however it go, it's the reason grandma left me the profit.
Right.
Everybody else got money. It's the reason I got the house.
As my friend upstairs say, you the responsible one.
My mama might start cussing now.
I know, right?
Everybody else got insurance.
Right.
I got a little raggedy house.
Right.
But those are the kind of things that you know your children. And so those are the kind of things, you know, just having them conversations because a lot of times parents, I say it all the time, we get so much credit when our kids, man, boy, Poochie Young did a good job with them boys. Boy, I met your son. Boy, he respectful, this, that, and that, right? And then you hear sometimes, I ain't never heard this by now. I will say this, because probably all four are scared the hell of me. But, oh, man, that joke was just wild and that disrespectful. Parents ain't taught them nothing. And like we get too much blame as parents when they do this shit wrong.
Right.
Too much recognition when they do right. And too much blame when they do wrong. Understanding that damn child has a mind of their own.
Individual.
Right. And our job as parents to try to mold them into being this good person. Right. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do, lad.
Right.
They're going to do what they want to do. And
you wasn't the one standing there next to them telling them to skip class. So you get what I'm saying? They doing what they want to do.
Pull the rub off. Light the weed up.
Right.
Skip class. Right.
You
know, cheat all the paper.
We ain't telling them to do that. We ain't holding their hand through them things. So it couldn't be our fault. Right.
Hey, Dad, she said she missed a period.
Right.
Man.
What you gonna do about
that?
Sound
like a you problem to me.
Sound like a you problem. You exactly.
Hey, Dad. Shit. Shout out to all the dads I had that conversation.
All right.
Hey, you mean? Let me stop. It was called a dad.
Right.
You weren't supposed to talk about that, Dad. But you know, what I want all parents to kind of think for a second. Again, we're not playing no blame game. Just recognition. We have this open conversation. One thing I think the parents need to ask themselves: are you being a help or a hindrance?
Right.
Are you being a help to your child, or are you being a hindrance? And what I'm saying this is, take yourself out of 2021. Okay. Put yourself and your child in 2025, 2028, 2020. I mean, yeah, no, 2030.
30. 10 years.
They're counting on me. Should have been on a calculator.
My tail got you uncounting right.
No. Shit, they would have my head right, man.
Right.
But now 2025, 2028, 2030.
Okay.
That's why I want you guys to be thinking. Are you helping your child more with that? Because it's one thing we can sit here and help them now.
Right.
Because we're sitting there filling out all their applications. Every time they got to submit something, we doing it for them. When I'm gonna tell you something funny. When Torian used to go to the football camp with PJ and everything, we would go to places. I sit in the stands, let them go figure out where the hell you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you see some parents walking around with their kids doing this, that, and that. Torian come back, I don't know what to do. Or PJ come back, I don't know where to go. You know, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure it out.
Right.
The hell you want me to do? And I will see parents doing it. And this was like, just say that was freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
And then when all the time you see the different football camps and all this stuff and things different, they still were seniors, parents still walking around with them.
Right.
And I was just, again, and I look at, I was raised by an old man, my granddaddy.
Right.
And, you know, and they had a whole lot lucky than me.
Well,
at least I went with them.
Right.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I was 16 in college. Nobody went with me.
we I'm just talking about just regular. When I say freshman, I'm talking about like freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they got to do jobs, go to job things, and they got to just sit here and apply for jobs. Are you letting them figure it out?
Right.
Are you prepping your child to do things, to have successes, but also have failures and learn from them?
You know what that is, though? That's that syndrome of we want to prevent our children from making the same mistakes we made.
Well,
so we hold their hand through everything because we don't want them to make a mistake. Because, as you just said, it may be a reflection on us. See, why he ain't gonna help him find what the class was? He's sitting right up there. Because sorry, daddy, they is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though opinion of someone else really doesn't matter to us in general, but most of us don't want our children to suffer any of the bad things that we suffer.
Yeah.
So we have that syndrome in our mind where I want my kids to go through nothing. I, don't want them to have to suffer through anything I suffer. Anything bad I went through, like going to college by myself and having to figure out what the class and what sign up in, I don't want my children to do that. And we're all guilty. I'm guilty of it with my children. When they were coming up, walking around with them, signing up with them, and I probably should have sat in the stands and looked back and made them figure it out themselves. But me having a reflection of what I went through in college, what I went through when I was in school, having nobody there to support me or help me figure out not one thing, I didn't want them to suffer through that. You get what I'm saying? So it was a reflection of a lot of times what we do for our children is a reflection of what we went through as children.
Yeah, that, and that's a good point. But also, I mean, I can use myself for example. When I had been a little reluctant and want to step in, it'd be more from a word protection standpoint. Shit, they F up, I got to go back and fix it. And I ain't trying to be fixing.
Right.
That kind of stuff. Not necessarily worrying about it making my mistakes, more so like, man, I'm tired of fixing shit. Let me go and do this so I ain't got time to be dealing with that later. Right. Those kind of things. What I was just thinking about, man, I'm going to lose my train of thought with it. When we start thinking about them going out there and having those instances, mm-hmm. where they trying to figure it out and learn from their mistakes. As parents, we'll sit there and look at it, and we want to sit there and have a conversation with them, like, do this and do that. But if they kind of get a little bit off track or get a little bit fidgety, we want to jump in. Mm-hmm. Not understanding that the short time frame that we have with our children. Mm-hmm. We know as parents what the younger they are, the more control we got. The older they get, the less control. Mm-hmm. Especially when we start getting, late adolescence age and teenagers. Because again, like shit, they finna get ready to get out of our house.
Right.
And what I want just people to understand is that time from the little 8-year-old to the 18-year-old, that 10 years flies by.
True. And
your game plan need to be getting them ready. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you got to put them out when they graduate.
Right.
I am saying you do want to have some kind of sense of urgency to make sure that they are heading in the right direction to be an adult.
Okay.
You don't want to be no damn, because again, I hear people say, well, black folks are rushing to kick their kids out and all that other kind of stuff and everything like that. Shit, you should want to. When they going to learn?
Right.
When they going to learn?
Productive adults do productive things.
If you think just because You gonna teach them about stuff when they 24, 25 years old. It gonna stick better. You out your damn mind. That's just something you got in yourself protected.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Me and my older son sitting there chopping it up the other week. He grown out there on his own. He had the nerve to sit at the table and tell me, yeah, you know, I wasn't taught this, I wasn't taught that. I'm like, mother, Emma F, yes, you was. Your ass just didn't listen.
You're right.
You didn't listen. And that's why I say this, that, you know, what people choose to remember and regurgitate, that's on them.
Right.
You know, again, just because they didn't, you know, you don't want, the truth hurts.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I ain't know about credit. No, I told you about it.
Right.
Told you a lot about it. Like I talked to damn near 40, 50,000 people all the damn time about it.
Right.
You just, some stuff you chose not to listen because it was boring to you.
Right.
You know, you didn't retain it. Your friends, some of them came by and they got it.
And they took
Hey, got some of his partners, they are insurance companies, working in credit agencies. The same one, and you live with it.
Okay.
Some things he took, some he didn't.
Right.
I ain't tripping, but nobody finna sit and say, well, I want to talk this. The hell you weren't.
Right.
You just didn't want to listen to it because it's boring. You know, we can sit and say we can teach our kids about checks and all this other kind of stuff. At the end of the day, they say, well, they don't teach this in school and all that. When you were in school, were you mentally prepared to get that?
And what school we talking about? Are we talking? Let's make a distinction between.
Let's say high school.
High school, okay.
Let's say high school.
Okay.
Because again, you know, we can go, you know, from an aptitude standpoint. I mean, we got to keep it real. Everybody went out all that damn smart. So you got, you know, the kids that were smart, that continue to be smart,
right?
Still damn smart
right.
adults. So at the end of the day, if you was the average kid or whatever and everything, let's keep it real. And so people say some things weren't taught to them in school. Again, well, that'd have been a subject because again, half of the people can't recall a fraction of the shit they learn in school.
Right.
So they should have taught them. They can't teach you about credit and finance. Your ass can't understand the basis of arithmetic. You don't know percentages. You don't know fractions. So how the hell they gonna teach you about all this other stuff?
Proper commas in the proper place.
Yeah. The only reason why you're interested in finding now because you can't get finance for a car. Because you can't get the house. That's all right. You can't care about credit now.
Right.
You know, it wasn't a possibility, so you didn't know. The kids, the business owner that has 5 children, I guarantee you, probably only 2 of them are interested in that stuff.
Right.
And those 2 are listening to daddy.
Okay.
The other 3, they okay, but they not interested in it. The stuff daddy tried to tell them, you know, it comes up later. Oh man, we ain't know about it. But the other 2 that listen, they got it. And it's nothing uncommon with that. People a lot of times don't want to hold accountability for themselves. And when you always telling your kid, what the way I got it. Damn, I'm tired of doing this. Let me go and do it. Let me fill it out. Boy, you always doing it wrong. I'm tired. Get out of the way. Let me do it. And you're not giving them an opportunity to figure it out. And like I said, when I would go places with the boys, I do it with all of them. William, I mean, I'm like that with all my boys. So I mean, that's again, I ain't finna sit here and talk like I'm just damn Cliff Huxtable. Like I said, I just know what works for me. You know, but I think any one of my kids will vouch. Nah, go do it yourself. Go figure it out. You go apply. You go apply for the job. You go call them. You go do this and that. I take you there. Just you call. You find out. You got an issue with your coach. Go talk to your coach first. If your coach, you know, talk to him. And I always tell my kids, bring up what you did wrong first. Bring up what you to diffuse the argument.
Right.
Hey, coach, I know I missed this tackle. Hey, Miss such and such, I knew I was sleeping in class. Hey, this, that, and that. I know I've been late for work. Right. Bring that up first.
Right.
And then state your case.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to do what? They're going to say, well, you ain't did this, did that, and that. You say it first.
Right.
Hey, shit, you can't do nothing but listen
and
to
get
me.
It out the way.
Yeah. So and now you don't took they bullet out the gun.
Right.
Teach your kids to sit there and talk for themselves.
Right.
To do things and say that. Like, hey, look, you know, address that.
And I know we don't have this on the list today.
And
this is just your opinion, our opinion, about raising children. Oh, never mind, you got it in the black. I'm gonna say, give us some things you think will help them once we get to the end of the show. That you think that will help them. You know, get prepared.
You know, I got a blueprint, bro.
I see it. Never mind. Scratch that.
How long we been doing this? Go on now.
4-5 years we've been doing. I got.
See, I ain't the average person where I just talk about all the problems. I'm gonna give you the solutions.
Okay, give me some.
I'm gonna give you the solutions.
And once I turned to the third page
Hey, man,
of the script,
you know
I
your
saw
boy?
it. So my bad.
No, you know your boy. But you know, those things I always try to get parents, like teach them how to handle life stuff. Because I always say, look, now once you talk to the coach, you talk to the teacher, you know, or your super or whatever, and you don't feel like you can get nowhere, then you can come talk to me. And then I might come up there, we should go from there. But you don't be so quick to jump into stuff with your kids.
Right.
You know, well, let me go to, hey, coach, this, that, and that. Coach, then, because at the end of the day, and another part with that is, we're teaching them, teach your children, and there's a lot of adults don't get this part. Be prepared to hear some shit you don't want to hear.
Right.
And you, coach, I think I should play more. I go to practice, and they say, son, you just ain't got it.
Good. Don't be ready to beat up the coach.
Oh, Lord.
When he say, you just ain't that good.
You ain't that good, son.
Okay.
You ain't that good. You ain't better than him.
Right.
You ain't no. And you sit there and you tell your supervisor that, and supervisor like, I don't see that.
Right.
You're doing all this other stuff, but I get it, but you're not them. You're not. You got to be prepare your kid for that.
Right.
Most parents want to talk like that to their kid because why? They not mentally prepared for that.
Right.
Teach your child that they gonna hear some things they don't necessarily want to hear.
We all think our children the best.
Well, we all think we the damn best. So again,
you right.
when we go, Pooja, you can do better. They work. So one thing that I guess helped me in the military, you always find out everybody brutally honest. So you are gonna tell, man, nah, it's effed up. And you know, now guy gonna tell you it's effed up, but he ain't even laughing at you.
Right.
He ain't talking behind your back, telling you, hey man, you see what he did.
He's
Straight up telling you, hey man, well, what you think I need to do? Man, do this, move, do that. Man, I help you. I got a little time.
Right.
That was the military. Okay. It wasn't no picking at you, laughing behind your back. Hey, bro, now it's effed up. Now you don't think it's a little bit okay? No, man, I said it's effed up. And that brutal honesty, you know, helps you fix stuff.
Right.
Because we don't want to tell our kids, no, this, that, and that. You know, I've heard things over the years, you know, well, at least they try, at least they, no, hell no. I mean, I'm never going to trip on my kids. I've never, ever, and I would just say this with any parent, I never trip on my kids about things that they tried to do and it didn't work out. You know, because you can do certain things. You're not always going to win the race. You're not always going to get an A on the paper. But you can always, give your best effort.
Right.
And what do we know by effort? Probably anything under 40% is probably not effort.
Okay.
You know, I would say high D's and C's. You tried, but it was tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but 0 to damn 30. What the fuck you do, man? Just sign the damn paper. You know, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, at least they tried. They just said, no.
That wasn't even a try. That wasn't even a try. A lot of times, even with me when I was in school, and I reflect back to when I was in school because there's certain things I did I didn't let my children do. So I can't, you know, because parenting was a little different when I was raised. My parent was a little different when I was raised. So
most were, much especially now.
You know, even when I was in school, you know, we had summer school, and I applied myself to the summer school in Chicago because summer school in Chicago was free back then. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to pay for it. So the reason why I was able to graduate out of high school so early was because I went to summer school every year. And the reason why I did that was because at first I went there because I was like, shoot, I get free breakfast, I get free lunch. I just come to summer school, do my thing, go from 8 to 12, eat, get something to eat, come on back home.
Yeah.
But once I realized that, you know, I'm here. And this is not from a parent telling me, this is just for me being observant. I'm here. I might well go to class. And once I started learning that, dang, I'm getting credits. You know, them credits built up. That senior year came, you know, that senior year came along, or that 8th grade came along. Cause I went from summer school, probably from 6th grade on up to senior year.
Really?
Yeah, it was free.
Yeah.
There was no reason for me not to. So, once I started seeing the credits, and then that senior year came along, and I had, you know, 8 study halls in one PE class because I had got credits from all the other class, you know, and I was 15. I say I pat myself on the back for doing it, but it wasn't something that my parent taught me. It was something as a child, as me going to school and just being observant. And sometimes we gotta let our children, like you said, be observant, see what's around them, see what's going on, and maybe they can apply that to themselves. And that's what I did. A lot of times we don't do that. We so quick to protect and help our children not to look, like this. Like, I'm sorry, excuse my friends, like not to look stupid or not to look like they're slow or whatever. That we head that stuff off at the pass.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, well, why you keep going to some school? Well, she wouldn't have said it, but she could have easily said that.
Yeah.
But once I learned what I was getting through, and once I learned and I got older and older, and I got a little bit older.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when we were kids, we were already old. We were a little old, it wasn't no helmets, riding bikes, any of that stuff. So once I got a little older, I realized that was a benefit to me. Yeah. Now I'm 15 out of high school, whereas my other friends got 3 more years.
Yeah.
Well,
but you smart enough, but you weren't mature enough.
Right. I wasn't mature enough, but I knew once I started seeing the credits and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm doing this from now on.
Yeah.
I wasn't mature enough, but when I got into college, I had to mature because I was only 16.
Yeah.
Even though I graduated high school at 15, I didn't go to college to that next year. So I was only 16 when I went to college. My freshman year taught me a lot, even though I had to learn it as I went. And I don't get me wrong, it was people on campus that, helped me out a lot because of the fact that I was so young. They thought that was an anomaly at the University of Illinois. Oh, he only 16. That's, it was helping me out. But even though I still had to learn it on my own, I didn't have anybody that could come down to the University of Chicago, University of Illinois, and show me what to do. Because my mama didn't go to college. You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. The thing of it is, we love our children. We want to, like you said, protect them. But we forget the world is so damn cruel. It's not going to award them for being protected.
Right.
It's actually going to punish them. When I dropped Torian off at college, my anxiety level's on 10. Because my mind, I'm wondering, keep in mind, I grew up in Bankhead. My mind, I'm wondering, had I prepared this boy for the Sharks? He went to Vanderbilt University. Right. So I knew he was smart enough.
Right.
But had I prepared him for the Sharks?
Right.
He going to a white university. So I know they doing a whole different level of drugs. I know they doing a whole different level of drinking.
Right.
It's keeping it real. Had I prepared this boy for that? Different, he's seeing you going playing, major college football, just the availability of sex and all this other kind of stuff. Like I would tell kids, like, look, find a girl in the world got AIDS.
Right.
She ain't gonna come to you coughing.
Right.
She gonna be glistening.
Burn
a hole in you.
Right.
And those kind of things what I just was really worried about. PJ a little different because kind of like I done dropped a lot more game. And the other one's same thing too. But you try, to your point, you want to be protecting them. But like I said again, the world don't reward you for that.
Right.
And so we start getting into the whole thing with the, when people want to build certain things, leave this inheritance and all that kind of stuff. We forget during that whole process to how this works.
Right.
How to maintain a house. How to deal with these assets. You want to get all these rental properties and all this stuff to lead to your kids. And they don't even know how to deal with the damn things.
Okay.
Your child don't even know how to swing a damn hammer. Hell, barely cut the damn switch on.
Right.
People think I be tripping. William 11. William been washing clothes since he was damn 8.
Right.
Why you got that damn baby washing clothes? Shit, they heels.
Right.
And not that rush. Hell, that's how I was.
True. That's how we were.
So again, it wasn't nothing like, hey, you got to do it.
Right.
Sorted clothes out of washing and everything. There's some things he hasn't done. Some people have done, and those kind of things, people look at it so much because they're in situations now, kid 17, 18 years old, you stressing so much to get them in college to figure out what they're going to do, but they ain't even ready to leave your damn house.
Right.
They're not even ready. And how many times, like we just mentioned earlier, they get them in school, they get to school, and they not even
ready for
They ain't ready for that shit at all.
They barely ready for school.
I can share this, I'm sure I knew PJ was not ready. I knew PJ wasn't ready.
Okay.
Sharp, Sharp. This is my second son.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, you need to go on the basic training. You need to go to the Army first.
Right.
You need to go to the Army first. Poochie wasn't ready.
Right.
You need to go to the Army first, P. Torian wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
But Torian's going to play college football. He had somebody who's going to wake him up, and if he was late, they make him run the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I was not finna send PJ to college, knowing that the bus driver, because he's cute, honks the horn at my damn house to wake him up.
Right.
From 9th to 12th grade.
Right.
Two. He walking out of the house. I'm bullshit you not.
Right.
12th grade, he's still walking out cold and honking the horn.
To get him up.
Wait, and he goes out there to get on the bus. Why the hell would I send him off?
Right.
Smart. The intellectual side was fine.
Right.
But the other side that would have caused so much more problems. Now he would take care. PJ already took care of it. I do a decent job with taking care of their stuff, applying and going speaking to their person, finding out. Now one of my kids, they're not scary.
Right.
And man, you need to go find who the counselor is, this, that, and they go. I'm like that with William, man.
I think William can find who the counselor is.
Yeah. I'm like that. Hey, man, you need to go find it out and then come back.
Right.
I never worried about that stuff.
Right.
With that, you need to go, but the structure and stuff like that can't get up, not maintaining, like getting a kid a car, and that, and you need to change your oil, you need to do this, that, and
right. I get you.
Because with that said, I done did the same damn things. I can sit here and tell you, they still gonna do what they want to do.
Right.
And we have to be conscious that as parents, that we love our children, we take care of our children, but your child has to be on that ascension to ready to leave the nest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it. You have to do that. Once a baby bird can fly, it leaves.
Right.
It leaves. They ain't got no family reunions. They ain't got no Apple or iPhone to call back.
Right.
They on their own. And whatever they got to do.
Their wings,
exactly. Right. And just soar. Right. If you can't fly, you're going to crash. And that's the thing a lot of times, because what you mentioned earlier, people don't want to see their kids crash. Mm-hmm. They put all these protection stuff. One thing, right? Because, man, your question, man, where in the hell I want no damn 25-year-old living in my damn house?
Right.
Now, if you're in between, just finishing it, some transitional stuff. Because, when I got out of the Army, I called my granddad. He died before I got home. Hey, granddad, I ain't getting out of the Army. I'm going to college. Mm-hmm. Can I stay with y'all for a little bit till I get on my feet while I'm in school? No. Hey, MF, you're going to pay this, that, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool.
Right.
But, I went to him as a man.
Right.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of thing. I got out of the Army. I paid all the bills in the house. Worked in the day. Went to school at night.
Right.
When me and my wife got together, I still continued. My granddad died. Paid all my grandmama's bills.
Right.
And took care of that and everything. Just with that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think they did a pretty good job with me. On the flip side of it is too, I knew when to shut the hell up and listen.
That's always the problem
with everything. And I didn't have a lot of safety nets. My granddad let me fail a lot. He let me fail a lot. And it's a good thing. I can look back at it too. It's a lot I didn't know, but I think most things I didn't know because they just didn't know. Mm-hmm. So I never trip about, especially with parents, because I hear people, my parents didn't do this, my parents didn't do that. Well, they raised you. Right. They raised you. Stop whining about what the hell you didn't know. You could have did the shit your damn self. True. There are only a few families out here, and I think people, sometimes even think with white folks and things, and think that they have left this legacy and all this stuff for their kids. Most of the time, all them kids ain't like that. All the kids ain't, you're talking to a damn accountant. I done seen everybody, right. Black, blue, green, and yellow. If you think that just because they white, they've built this legacy and they got this kind of stuff, no. If they got 5 kids, like I said, 2 of them are probably okay. Right. And 3 of them are sitting there, probably 2 of them, tough, and then 1 just totally messed out. Right. So don't get it twisted. Right. Don't get it twisted. It's nothing uncommon, and we all had those. People range from different things with our families. Mm-hmm. Some gonna be a superlative, some gonna be just a professional F upper. Right. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, well, I'm gonna say nothing wrong with that, but it's nothing uncommon, right? Mm-hmm. And with that said, I do want to give you guys some ideas. My little plan in regards to what a parent could be doing to help their child lead the nest. Again, I am Deonte Burden. This is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Also stream live on my YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Change Live, we talk about personal development, motivational, parenting, family, And Mr. Short, I would talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Tonight, show we talk about, are you raising your children to lead the nest? Okay. Um, right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Between that lab, so we're on 12 different platforms.
Right.
So everybody, man, I'm telling you, boy,
Ain't no way you can see. Ain't no way you can miss.
Misfits Media, boy, we something else. We something else at Misfits
right.
Media. But what I want to do is give you guys some ideas. And the first thing I want to just tell you, when in preparing your child to lead in this, number one, know your child. What I mean by know your child, know their tolerance. Are they headstrong? Are they independent? Are they a whiner? Are they punky? Are they a bully? Are they, you know what I mean? Are they very intuitive and smart? Parents understand something. Your child that is smart, not real smart, not your smart, real smart.
Right.
Intelligence and brain capacity does not go away. And if you do not help harness their intelligence, that intelligence goes to a different path. That's why we have $1 million credit card schemes. That's why we have drug empires. Those are smart kids. They never stop being smart. They just start using their intelligence probably in the wrong way.
Right.
Brain capacity.
I saw, just to throw it in there, I saw a documentary of this. He got to be 18 now. All he do is scam, but he a millionaire from scam.
Yeah.
But his mind work, the way he worked his mind, he's intelligent.
Yeah.
He could be doing a lot of other things, but that's what he chooses to do. He made several $1 million from scam.
Brain capacity, it does not leave.
Right.
It does not leave. And unfortunately, a lot of times people choose later to start using their smarts. You ain't gotta go to prison to damn start reading. You ain't gotta go to prison and figure it out. You can just follow rules and be in order then. You know, you can go there, do it. And if you do it and get your stuff together and go straight, great. I'm happy for you. But you ain't have to do that shit.
Right.
Just be uncomfortable.
Right.
Be uncomfortable. Go through them steps, some same steps you can get it done earlier and get to the money quicker.
And I want to throw a caveat in there as far as know your children. Know your children themselves as an individual, not what you want them to be. Don't know. You know, a lot of people know their children and they see them as who they think they are, or who they think they want them to be. You got to know your children as who they are. That's who they are. That's
an awesome point. You know, I get approached all the time. Coach, what can we do to make him more aggressive? Like he's not, and I'm telling parents like he's not naturally aggressive.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's a coward.
Right.
But that ain't his demeanor.
Right.
How he goes about things is just a different way.
Right.
And people are like, well, I'm this way, that way, but that's not him.
Right.
You know, if some people are assertive, some people are reserved, but that doesn't mean they're not gonna get to the same goal.
Right.
Right. And I think a lot of times, to your point, you want them to be this, want them to be that. That ain't their demeanor.
Right.
And when you start pushing certain things on them, you most ain't gonna get a rebuttal. So you got to know how they are, and just help figure out from the way they are how they can still get to the same goal. Because what we talk about all the time, crossing the finish line is crossing the finish line.
Right.
If you flip over it, crawl over it, dive over it, jump over it, run through it, you still crossing the finish line.
Just because you're a bull in the china shop,
there you go.
The finish line, he may be smooth operator to the finish line.
That's it. But as long as you reach the goal, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
So number one, know your child. The second thing is, and we just talked about it a little while ago, give them room to fail. Give them room to mess up. Give them room to mess up. And remember, failure is not reaching the goal. Failure is an opportunity to what? Learn. Why that didn't work? Now you're sitting in other paths. Just like when you're going somewhere, you get lost. Once you done got lost, you'll never get lost again because you don't know a different path to get to the goal, right? So give your child room to fail. Let them mess up. Let them do wrong. Let them see the consequences or the whatever comes out of that not working. I don't really want to do that shit no more. I don't want to do this, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let them be late to work. You know, let them, whatever, half-ass do their report. Let 2 or 3 in the morning try to do their damn project and homework.
Yeah.
Let them figure that out.
Sometimes failure builds character. If they fail one thing, they'll learn from it and they won't do it again a lot of times. So failure builds character to me.
Well, if you and the other parent ain't damn smart and if you get an intelligent child, you're just lucky. Because you tired 2 dummies ain't gonna make her, so why you ain't do this? Why you do that? Well, the mama dumb and the daddy dumb.
You can't throw pillows and mattresses up on them to cushion they fall all the time. Sometimes you gotta let it hit the pavement.
There you go. Because the mama dumb and the daddy dumb,
right,
and the kid be smart. It may not be I'm just gonna let that go. So
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, get them a little room to feel, give them a little, let them bump their head a little bit. The third thing is, give them a chance to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to do that. Let them figure it out. Figure it out. Just we're doing
Without
it.
a time limit.
We was at the game the other week. Chris came out there. Dad, I can't. I said, I'm on the other side of at the park. The park ain't that big.
Mm-hmm.
He called me. I said, son, I'm at the other side of the park by the tennis court. Where it at? I said, shit, I'm on the other side of the park by the tennis court.
Right.
Where it at? MF. I'm on the other side of the park by the tennis court.
You gave a landmark.
Bye.
Right.
Dad, I can't. Bye.
Right.
I said, you know what the effing tennis court is, right?
Right.
That's it. Figure it out.
Right.
Figure it out. I can't see this, no, figure it out. And when you give your kids the opportunity to figure out, you're building independence, you're building resiliency, those kind of things. Because again, we're trying to prep them to leave our house,
right,
to get out on their own, spread their wings, and most importantly, one day become a good parent and a good citizen. You know what I'm saying? And be able to do some of the same things.
Productive adults.
Yeah.
Productive.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to raise no damn grandkids.
Right.
I ain't trying to sit here and I'm raising you now, raising your hell no. Hell no. I already got this shit mapped out, Lamb. Soon we in graduate, I'm going to Peru. All them places I be seeing all the little fine women just dancing all niggas. Yeah, oh man. TikTok me now, baby.
Somebody be
all in some blue water. All in that blue water, snorkeling.
How they do come out the water.
Living my best life.
Right.
Shit. 1 o'clock, 7 years. I done told all of them.
Okay.
But get them, let them get our tune to figure out. The fourth thing is mentally prepare for the transition. Okay. Mentally prepare for the transition. What I mean by that is, it's one thing to sit here and say, well, I'm gonna let them figure out and I'm gonna let them fail, I'm gonna let them learn. Prepare your ass to be able to go through it. Because it's one thing your child going through it, but it's painful for us to see our kids out there failing. Okay. It's painful to see our child go through setbacks. It's painful to see our child not having successful. It's painful to see them hurt. So you got to mentally prepare for it. Come, I'm ready. Right. Because when you get that phone call, Daddy, the coach tripping. I hate it here, this, that, and I got it from Torrin. PJ just How quick can you be? Well, son, come on, let me come get you. Shit.
You want to ease that pain.
Man, bro, you don't get the hell out of my damn phone. And all this can be verified.
Right.
Look, go through it, bro.
Right.
Go through it. And when you get
out
to the other side, you be so proud of yourself.
Right.
You be so proud of yourself. So we want to make sure we build them at a point where, look, we got to be prepared to see them hurting. To see your child cry, man, I hate it. Oh, man, they hate it down there. Oh, we got it. Now, if somebody mistreating your child,
that's different.
That's different. But your child growing up and going through stuff, they out there in school, they out there doing this, they getting fired because let them go through it. That's going to build them. Instead of you, no, let me get you out of there. Let me do that. So many times, how many parents get that phone call when they freshmen in colleges and they crying because they homesick and they want to come home? Well, come on, baby, we'll go somewhere around here.
Right.
5 years later,
they see us. Right.
They got a whole weed factory growing in your basement.
And I hate to keep going back to me, but to my benefit, me not having nobody where I can call and say, Mom, I'm tired of being here, was a help, because once I got in there that first couple of months, it actually got easier. Of course, the class was a little bit harder because I changed majors twice, but once I got to that second year and then took on that other major to get my bachelor's degree while I was still getting my master's degree, it got easier. It became fun. It became so. Of course, that first month I was like, I'm ready to go home.
You had to figure it out.
I don't want to be here. I'm tired of being here. These professors don't care if I turn in my work or not. I was failing. Yeah, I was actually failing. But once I got the hang of things, and I credit my mom for not being there like that I did get through it. I think it helps. That was
one of the things I seen in basic training. The people that got there immediately said, I don't want to be in the Army. They were so damn messed up. They said, okay, you want to be out of the Army, we'll let you get out of the Army. But they kept them there the full 8 weeks doing like light duty. They went
Mm.
out training with us, and then they sent them home the day after graduation, the
Mm.
day before graduation.
Oh, okay.
So they actually seen us go through everything where they're like, damn, I could have just went on and hung in there
Right.
and then sent them home. And sent them home the damn day before graduation.
Wow.
That's
That's torture.
And then the drill sergeant said, hey, such as going home today, laugh at them. And we
What? Mental abuse.
I remember that shit like yesterday. Okay, we're talking about the game plan, mentally prepared to go through transition. The fifth thing is stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. No matter how tough it is, how scary it is, how worrisome, get you some coping buddies. Call your friends. Talk to your family members, this, that, and that. Talk to family members that are going to be supportive. Now, you might do want to have some folks that are going to tell you, you don't want to get into that. Excuse me, the people that are actually going to be buying into the BS with your child or whatever. Help find and try to get people that are actually going to support you.
Right.
Going through that trying time. And stick to
your process.
Exactly. Stick to the game plan. Stick to the game plan. And last thing, just support them. Don't give up. Support them. Don't give up. That's one of the key things. Is again, we're talking about how to help them, with leaving the nest. Like I said, number one, know your kid. 2, get them room to fail. 3, make them figure things out. 4, mentally prepare for the transition. 5, stick to the game plan. And 6, support them and don't give up on everything. I think if you do that in a general sense, it'll help your child with developing and being in a position to lead your crib. Now, that was pretty much what I'm going to talk about tonight in regard to helping your child lead the nest. Lab, was anybody comment, got any questions about it? I'm going to open the floor up to any questions we got. Anybody, whatever platform, nobody got any questions or comments?
Just mostly, people saying hello.
Hey, Nate. Okay, cool.
We want to thank you all for tuning in. YouTube, Facebook. Most of them just wanted to listen to the conversation. They were enjoying the conversation.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we'll give them a few minutes to chime in as we go through a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to say Martell was nice. It was smooth.
Blue Swift.
The Blue Swift was good. I'm not tipsy or nothing. I'm just hello.
You hear that? Martell Blue Swift.
That grown folk. I did some grown folk today. So that was good.
Yeah, get you that.
Yeah,
get you chill like that.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't gotta have no chase. Just sit there and just mellow out, drink it.
Yeah. It was pretty good. A little ice melted in there. That was kind of my chaser.
Yeah.
It made it a little bit smoother for me. As a non-drinker, I only drink socially, and that's anti-socially.
I just gotta get them on the stick.
But it was smooth. I gotta give it to you.
I appreciate that.
I want to say one thing about the children.
Talk to me.
When you have multiple children, as you say, and I don't mean multiple and bad, I mean 2, 3 children. You have to go through this process with each child, as you said you did, and as I do. I have 3, but you also have to learn each child individually. I keep telling you that. My son. My oldest son. He's a mellow person. My daughter, she's straight thug. My youngest son, he the baby. He kind of just go with the flow. You get what I'm saying? But I had to learn that, these are 3 different people.
Yeah.
And what works with one may not work with the other.
No holistic blueprint.
Right. So I want to, we need to make that, what works with one, the one may get it to be off to the races. The second one, you do the same thing. They be like, what?
Yeah. The best way I can say, your rules are your rules, but your approach will have to adjust to the kid. With me being a football coach, and I was, I'm on the tail end of my coaching career, and I tell the younger coaches on the staff, I tell them, they're going to be, still doing it. I got 1 more year, man. A coach adjusts to personnel. So you have what you want to do, but personnel dictates.
Right.
So you want to sit here and throw the ball. Well, we ain't got nobody to catch. Go on, we throw some passes. To who? Who gonna throw it? Who gonna block?
Right.
But you got, you might have a whole lot of linemen and some okay running backs. Let's just block with these big boys and just get what we can get. You have to adjust to your child.
Right.
Your rule is your rules.
Right.
But you gotta understand, to your point, everybody can't handle things the same way, and you try to adjust accordingly.
Yeah, you could practice all you want to, but what Mike Tyson say, everybody has a plan till you get punched. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
You got to figure it out
You
from
gotta
then.
figure it out.
And I, like I said again, as parents, we have to understand that, what you damn want, you do not want no grown ass child.
Right.
You do not want no grown ass child.
Mm-hmm.
And I see too many of those.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing this. I had to give him that. I had to put some money in his account. You had to put some money in his who? And his wife got mad.
What? Right.
His wife gonna put that scrap on. Understand what you're doing. That child is not being taught how to be resilient and learn. Is going to be an adult that never learned how to do it also.
Mm-hmm.
So parents, don't feel bad about what you didn't do. Feel proud of your kid. Feel proud of what you did. If you make a mistake, you made a mistake, but at least try. Okay. We got anybody came in?
No comments.
Well, listen.
They always comment live tomorrow.
Yeah, I got you. But I also want to just share with everybody. I appreciate all the love support. We got we had 31.5, I think, with Changing Lives. We had probably 18.4 with Mr. Short Dollar. So I just want to tell everybody thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support. Be on the lookout for the tax course, tax business course coming out tonight at midnight on Mr. Short Dollar. I'm premiering my funding solutions video. The other day I had the business credit and loan one-on-one video. Tonight at midnight, I'm going to have the business funding solutions one-on-one, and that's going to explain bank loans, business credit cards, business loans, business credit cards, SBA loans, trade. It's going to give you a whole explanation of that. That's like a 30-minute video.
Okay.
So pretty much all the questions you have, because so many people, there are all these videos out here telling you to go get this business loan, get that, but you still don't know what the hell it is.
Okay.
So you're getting all this stuff, you don't know anything about it. I also got the business one-on-one, some more one-on-one series to kind of explain things the Short Dollar way on how about going about everything. So please be on the lookout. So if you're just coming in on the live feed, you didn't you haven't seen our show, you're new to it, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that hit that bell to get notifications so you can get it. Subscribe to both channels, Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and also Mr. Short Dollar. But again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell you guys I love you guys and thank you. I want you to be safe. Also, make sure you go check out Misfits Radio, Misfits TV. We're on Roku on Misfits TV, Misfits Radio on Facebook, YouTube. Also, check out the radio station on
Live 365,
iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, all those platforms. So please support my Misfits Radio, Misfits TV family. We had a comedy show last night, Misfits of Comedy. They're pretty funny.
Yeah,
they're pretty funny.
We're getting them all back up.
They might need to have me up on that one night.
They should
tell me some of my damn knock jokes. What's my girl?
Duchess.
Duchess might cuss my ass out on there. God damn it, Poochie coming on our damn show, tell us what to do. Y'all trying to rule some shit, Poochie.
Right.
Poochie, y'all trying to rule some shit. What the hell he mean? Hey, Duchess.
Hey.
Duchess going up. What the hell Poochie meant? Right. Poochie said, hey, this way. I know what the hell that mean. Her
100%.
What the hell he mean? Hey, I know what that mean. Y'all check out Duchess and CJ, man. They got a live show, Misfits of Comedy. And that's every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So check them out too, man. But just support me and my Misfits Radio, Misfits TV family. Again, guys, thanks for all the love, support. Be safe out there. Be safe. I'll talk to you later. Love you guys and talk to you soon.